Well, Councilman Mike Jones says he doesn't want to take officers off the streets of Richmond, but he says community policing just isn't working anymore and funds need to be reallocated.
My greatest concern is that we were going to lose the meaning of this moment on monuments and the renaming of streets. That's symbolic. We now need to put meat to this.
After 10 days of protest and social unrest, Councilman Mike Jones says it's time to have an honest discussion about the amount of funding allocated to the Richmond Police Department. He's now calling for council to look closely at police funding with the intention of defunding the department and reallocating the funds to communities that have been impacted by over-policing.
We're not talking about getting boots off the ground. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about RPD going away. We're talking about RPD looking drastically different than it does today. The reality is this: police don't stop crime. Police don't stop crime. We need to put funding behind Black creatives that know the young people in these streets, that know the young people living on the South Side in Gilpin Court, so they can go in and speak their language and help them find creative ways by which to get out.
In response, the Virginia Association of Chiefs of Police say they agree that more funding should go toward education, mental health, and social services, but not at the expense of police funding. The association says by the very nature of the profession, the police remain the only entity of government that consistently responds to every situation where immediate help is needed. In an already underfunded profession, resources should not be taken from police, but rather additional resources should be given to the areas of societal need.
That's still not enough. More training is not enough. We've been talking more training forever, and I want to see radical change.
Jones says he hasn't vetted his ideas with fellow council members or the mayor, but hopes to start the discussion.
Innocent individuals were tear gassed based upon fear in a place of privilege where you have monuments and mansions. So again, who's afraid? Who's afraid? Who's really afraid in this moment? Because again, where we are right now, the way things are currently going, it is okay for African American men, African American women be killed by the police with no recourse. And government has done nothing to address it. And that's why I'm here.
Now, I spoke with a representative from the Virginia Association of Chiefs of Police. She says police morale is suffering right now, and there's a fear of a mass exodus of people from law enforcement if there's not more support from government leaders. They are hoping to find solutions, but they say taking away funding is the worst thing that can happen. Candace.